Good afternoon. My name is Andy Machin, and my audience here is going to be Kayla, my lovely wife, and my presentation will be on punishment versus rehabilitation. Prisons are old. They've been around since as long as there's been a society. However, the first prison made in the United States was in 1790 in Philadelphia. These prisons were just to dismantle big crowds that get out of hand and put them away. And the main focus that these prisons had were for inmates to reflect on the actions of what they could have done better, and they would have little to no human contact at all. A 150 years in the United States prison, and there has been no change. The prison system has not changed in over 150 years. And the main focus that the U.S. prison system has had was on punishment. And this has made the United States be number one in high incarceration rate and recidivism rate as well. The incarceration rate is 707 people for every 100,000, which is rated as the number one in the world. Does this prison system work? The short answer is no. The recidivism rate is over 70%, and the parole program is extremely expensive and very time consuming, and has very little effect on the recidivism rate. A punishment style prison does have some benefits, but it doesn't have long-term benefits compared to rehabilitation. So what is the better prison style? Oopsies. So what is the better prison style? The better prison style will be on rehabilitation. And where's the best prison? The best prison in the world currently is located in Norway, which has a main focus on rehabilitation rather than on punishment. So why does Norway have the better prison system? Compared to the US incarceration rate, Norway's rate is just 75 people per 100,000. This is a huge difference. They also have the lowest recidivism rate in the world, with under 20%. Also, Norway offers the best living conditions in prison, and many inmates are encouraged to engage in social activities and find new hobbies that can help them. But also, what sets this prison aside to other prisons is the freedom that the inmates get. And of course, they're in prison, they should have as much freedom, but freedom is a basic human right, which leads us to human rights considerations. Many prisons tend to overlook this very basic human right that is violated within the prisoners. This right is the basic right of liberty. Obviously, this right has some exceptions since they are in prison. But this right should still be respected and protected otherwise. An example would be Norway's prison system, which has a focus on reforming prisoners rather than just punishing them and making them have no contact. In their prison, they are also allowed to come in and out their cell as they please, but they are still not allowed to leave the compound, which I personally believe is an important part of rehabilitating prisoners, which allows them to to manage their own time in and out and find new hobbies rather than going out and committing crimes. Another rehabilitation is rehabilitation important? Yes, it is. Being able to reform prisoners into a proactive member of society is important, since if they're not being able to rehabilitate them, they will most likely end up back in prison, such as what is happening in the United States at the moment. And being able to reform prisoners will allow prisoners to grow and change out of their way and be a more proactive member